Hi students, we are to continue with the chapter Crop Production and Management. We have already studied preparation of soil, sowing, manuring and irrigation. Let us start off with removal of weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants that grow along with the crops. The process of removal of weeds is known as weeding. Why is weeding necessary? This is because the weeds compete with the crops for sunlight, space, water and nutrients. Apart from this, during harvesting, they interfere with this process because some of them are poisonous to humans and animals. The best time for weeding is before they produce flowers and seeds. There are many methods for removal of weeds. First one, manually. Manually, we can just pull out the weeds using our hands or by using a khurpi, a spade or a hoe. Weedicides can be used to kill the weeds. These are chemicals such as 2,4-D. They are sprayed using a sprayer. The best time to spray weedicides is during the vegetative growth of the weeds, that is before they produce flowers and seeds. Since weedicides are poisonous chemicals, the farmers must take precautions while spraying weedicides. They have to cover their nose and mouth and preferably use a gloves so that they are not affected by these poisonous substances. Next, harvesting. Cutting of the crops once they are matured is known as harvesting. Harvesting can be done manually using a sickle or mechanically by using the combine, which saves energy and time. The grains have to be separated from the plants. Not only this, the grain seeds have to be separated from the chaff. This process is known as threshing and it is done by a thresher. In small holdings, the grain is removed from the chaff by a method known as winnowing. Sometimes a winnowing machine is also used. Once the plants are harvested, the stubs are left in the field. This is left in the field so as to prevent soil erosion. But sometimes the farmers burn these stubs. Then it is harmful. Firstly, because it causes air pollution, and secondly, if it catches fire, it may burn and damage the crops that are lying in the field. Now the crops, once they are harvested, the grains are obtained. These grains have to be stored properly. That means proper storage is needed. These grains have to be protected from the attack of insect pests, bacteria, fungi, rodents like rats, squirrels and also moisture. Therefore, they have to be properly sun-dried and then stored. Again, to prevent the attack of bacteria, fungi, insects, etc. Farmers store the grains in jute bags, or otherwise known as gunny bags, or in metallic bins. On a large scale basis, these grains are stored in silos or granaries. At homes, we can store them in bins by putting dried neem leaves. Now thus we can store the grains. Sometimes these grains are also chemically treated for long preservation. The rearing, breeding, caring, protecting of animals on a large scale basis is known as animal husbandry. Fish is a good source of protein. Many of the people living in coastal areas include fish in their daily diet. Fish is a very good source of protein, and it is the protein that can be easily digested. Not only this, we obtain vitamin D from cod liver oil. So fish is very good for our health. Now we need to understand one more term, that is transplanting. In certain plants like paddy and wheat, the seeds are sown in nurseries where they germinate and form seedlings. These seedlings, when they are mature enough, they are transplanted to the actual fields. This process of transferring the seedlings from the nursery to the actual field is known as transplanting. After the hard labor of 3 or 4 months, the crops are finally harvested and the grains are brought home. The farmers are very happy and they celebrate and rejoice this occasion. They celebrate it in the form of festivals. In India, there are different festivals celebrated in the various parts of our country, and it is known by different names, but all are having the same theme. They are all harvest festivals. That means to celebrate after a golden harvest. In Kerala, it is known as Onam, while in Tamil Nadu it is Pongal, Baisakhi in Punjab, Bihu in Assam. These are the few festivals to name with. With that, we conclude the chapter Crop Production and Management. Thank you.